This is a holiday special. I got the homies SETI, General SETI from Detroit. We're gonna break down, certain aspects and things you see in Christmas.
And so Christmas is a combination of not just these two holidays, but a couple of more holidays. Feast of Fools was celebrated in North France and Britain during the New Year and is still celebrated today in Philadelphia, continuing on their British lineage. They dress up in masks and costumes very similar to Halloween. They even have popes, they even have priests.
It's called the Feast of Fools. That's today's language. The Feast of Fools. Feast of Fools.
They had clergy of the church dressing up, cross-dressing and shit. They had the band and shit. So many of they damn priests and shit, you couldn't tell the church from the goddamn fool. Because the fools is the damn church. Okay? This is showing you the holidays prior to what you know of it today.
Critical, political, analytical.
Now you see why the devil, as an African, more in his imprisonment, because the Dutch were in the African slave trade for hundreds of years.
Oh yeah, he got the hat. He got the hat and the okay.
Okay, showing you that. So
I noticed the Alibaba, he be trying to have his raps like that. So you saying that he took that style from us? God damn it, nigga, we can't have nothing we create, nigga. We create everything, bro. And y'all niggas just tick. That's why y'all mad at us. Y'all mad at us.
Santa is a slave trader. Santa Claus is a slave trader. And we got to deal with them facts. And then when you go over there, you got thousands of them damn crackers dressing up in blackface. And you can come on YouTube right now and see that racist shit. And if you say anything in disrespect to their ass, they snatching your shit up off the damn YouTube talking about is racist. But they don't see this right here as racist. So I see our brothers and sisters over there in the Netherlands fighting hard to get them crackers to stop dressing up in blackface. And you're going to see it. It's right over here in America. It's in England. They not just doing it in the Netherlands. They doing it during New Year's. They doing it during Christmas time. And I see our brothers and sisters in Philly because, Philadelphia is an extension of England. And so they still carry many of them holidays, the Feast of Food, the Festival of Foods, right there in Philadelphia right now during New Year. And we're going to show that. So we see our brothers and sisters trying to break the chain of racism in them Dutch colonies over there in Europe. And you see to the left, that's Santa Claus. And you see what he doing? He ain't got his robe on. He got some scissors about to cut the damn boy tongue off.
Hold on. This is an old ass picture. Drew back in those times, right? Now, if you drawing this back those times or whatever, say if this was in the 1930s, but this actually happened in 1300s. This is the actual depiction of what they used to do. Because I heard stories that I've heard professors speak on that actually happened in Europe of white, I ain't gonna call them scholars or intellectuals, but people that's in higher education, killing kids, people that's in academia world out there, killing kids, doing scientific experiments, kidnapping kids, because white people in Europe during those, I say 13th, 12th century, they had a fetish for kidnapping kids. And he cutting off a kid's tongue. I believe all of that. And then something, I think it's a disrespectful, like when you call a woman a female, that's a disrespectful. when you call a man, that's disrespectful, because that lowers them down to an animal. Because males are animals, female, that's an animal. Men and women are humans. And that's why I know it's what white men call white women females. They get real mad. The white woman, I am not a female, I am a woman. You know what I'm saying? So when you call a child a kid, that's when you're lowering them down to a baby goat. I think that's what a kid is, a baby goat. That's why you always say kids. They actually call it children. They're a child. But a lot of people say kids. So when you call a child a kid, you're lowering them to a baby goat. I'm thinking I'm gonna find that, because I remember I read that somewhere. So I'm gonna try to find that. Put it up on the Samsung. Let's go, SETI.
Boy is in chain. The boy's in chain, and he got scissors up to the boy's tongue. This is your European. This is Santa Claus. Okay? We looking at the wicked origins of these holidays. To the right, you see Santa Claus with a damn switch, beating the shit out that boy.
Getting ass whoopers on Christmas.
Beating his ass. That's what he doing. He says he knows when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Because if you ain't good for goodness sake.
Whoa, so in that case, well, I guess, a lot of white kids should be in that bag. I guess, yeah, I guess. There's a lot of older white people, too. Some of you would definitely need to be in that fucking bag, too.
Say, he gonna beat the shit out of you. He gonna have Krampus throw your ass in a bag and carry your ass off and into slavery. And at that time, they was enslaving their own children. Right here, you see Santa Claus even helping black people put the boys in the damn bag. Okay? So I'm showing you this is the origins, and that's the Catholic Church. He got a goddamn cross on his goddamn hat. Okay?
Look at this picture. Look at this picture. Who you see just standing around? He has to go. Yeah. Look, you don't know how to take care of your own kids, bro. Don't know how to take care of your own kids. You never did. And showing you that Black Pete is under the orders of Santa Claus to steal these children from their own parents, and many times their parents sit right there and watch as they carry their children off. So in one you see Black Pete, in the other you see the Black Krampus. Okay, to show you that they have demonized black people. So why the fuck would you be in anything of Christmas, New Year's, or any of that when the people who created that shit think this way about you? Let me keep it moving. Okay? Let me keep it moving. The current myth is that Santa Claus and Santa Claus are legends derived from St. Nicholas. But the fact is, St. Nicholas was created to hide the fact that it was Odin and Thor all along. The legend of St. Nicholas was created hundreds of years after his supposed death. Okay, I got this right off of Wikipedia. Under St. Nicholas, and this is exactly what it said. Very little is known about the historical St. Nicholas. The earliest accounts of his life were written centuries after his death and contain many legendary elaborations. I'm gonna read it for you again. Yeah, very little is known about the historical St. Nicholas. The earliest accounts of his life were written centuries after his death and contain many legendary elaborations. Very little at all is known about St. Nicholas's historical life. Any writings... This sounds similar to somebody named Jesus Christ. There's no actual historical facts of when he actually was alive. Everything comes out after his death, but there's nothing that shows proof of when he was alive. Everything is after. Everything's after. Way. Yeah. They need years, centuries after, so they can put their lives together to sell it to doofuses that want to be a part of this bullshit.
Another of my favourites at Christmas time, at this time of Yuletide, is carol singing. But my favourite, without a doubt, carol is Stille Nacht, Silent Night. But as a kid in Birmingham and then later on in Lichfield, my little towns, I would go around carol singing with groups of kids, and people were just too happy to give us a few pennies to get rid of us because we sounded awful. You can trace this all the way back to the medieval times, even beyond wassailing, they called it. When groups of folks would go round with a communal bowl of warm cider or ale with spices in it, they would sing to you at your door and you would take a drink of the wassail. And then in return to these folks entertaining you, offering you the wassail, you would actually give them a little bit of food and drink. However, if you failed to ante up with that reward of food and drink, there would be mischief.
Don't forget, like, comment,